Hi, today I'm going to be unboxing the Deer Recolor from the series ForMoon. Please excuse the glare here. This is a 1/12 scale motion joint doll, and this came with the pre-order. One of the bonuses of getting a full case, I believe, and this one is a unique character from the rest by having the gray skin. So I am really a fan of how different this one is to the others. Really stands out. And this box that came in is really cute. It's got the characters that are they have like I guess add-on characters that are they're like twins. There's like a blue pink one. I haven't gotten those, but I'm maybe a little interested, a little tempted. I'm just getting one. The box is I don't know how well the camera, yeah, glittery. So that's a first that I've seen with any of these smaller scale ball joint dolls or motion joint dolls. So that's really fun, and the texture feels nice. Feels like nice, thick, and durable. So this is a good box to probably like keep and store things in if that's something you're into. So a lot of neat stuff just right out of the box, like for example, the ID card. It's got a sheen to it, and you can see the eyes are reflective. So that is really neat. I love the art style, and I love that we've got a landscape little ID card, because so many of them are portrait upright. And everything just feels high quality, like even this little manual, like the paper is, it's thick, durable, it's in color, it's got good pictures for it, so, you know, for language differences there. And even this feels nice. We have inside the box as well, there's like little, I think if you like do like slip scale or slide, whatever it's called, they give you the blank face plate, so it's nice. You've got some stuff to just work with there if you're not wanting to hand do a face. You can still make one with these supplies. So we have the humanoid kind of version, and then the animal one, and we've got like 2 pairs of shoes. We've got the little slippers and the little boots there, and undies and socks, and you know, alternate more humanoid hands, and then some more of the animal paws, and we've got a little keychain. So cute. And then also the outfit. So having her right out of the box, here we see her. This I love this little laurel head wreath she has. It does seem like, okay, it's feeling less loose. It was a bit loose a second ago, but this is pretty cool, where you have kind of this gradient of like clear to a little bit more black or gray. Seems like here, just getting her faceplate and stuff situated. Her face is unfortunately like a little scuffed up here, not really showing up much on the camera, but that's pretty much going to be hidden by her hair. So, and maybe with like a cloth or something can be wiped down. I think it's interesting how the ears are, they have them separate. I guess there's the different style ears. So yeah, I guess for the ears, they have like the longer ear, the shorter ear. So I really like that versatility where you have that as well as, you know, the more animal versus the more kind of like chibi humanoid. I really appreciate them having the like kind of snout look, and I also like this longer ear, but I think any kind of being able to just do slight customization, especially if it's easy, it's just like a nice option to have. So it's cool that they've got the other ears, but I mean, I feel like why wouldn't you have the longer ears? So yeah, trying to get her pose now, just to take a look at like her motion and stuff. I did read online that the joints feel pretty stiff to as far as moving them around, and they definitely are. So I would handle that with care, but at least these feet, ankle ones. But I wanted to get a look at the posing without the clothes on, just for a look at the joints, because this is my first one, taking my first look at this one from the series. Oh, sorry if my hair. Oops. Okay. Yeah. And I've also seen people saying they do have really good stability because of these big old feet. And it seems that way. She's like able to, you know, once I got her limbs straightened out, pretty easy to get her into that pose. I think a good demonstration of balance is that she can stand on one foot. And then you can still even probably change around that pose some. Okay, getting a little more unbalanced. There we go. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I think this is great potential for posing and just some cool stuff. And these joints, they're great. They look, I got a lot of points of articulation. Twist in the arm as well as an elbow turn. I don't feel like I really don't really see that point often. But then, and you have your elbow, your wrists, and the leg joints, as well as the turn here, which I feel like that's not always on dolls. So it's nice that one's on this one. But then, yeah, you have the extra on the arm too. So quite a bit of articulation. And feels like this is the loosest joint in her body, is this chest one. I like how smooth it is. It doesn't feel like this upper chest piece is catching on anything, because with some dolls I feel like the way there's an overlap, or like the lip on the chest will snag somewhere in the process. Doesn't seem like there's much for going forward. There's an amount, but that's fine. That's not really like common to be like leaning forward into themselves. Does feel like her, I don't know if the head is just weird, but it's feeling like it's turned. Okay, yeah, maybe it just needs to move around. Feels like it's turned down a bit. Okay, no, it just needed to move around a little more. Okay, well, yeah, I'm loving the posability. Quick look at her outfit before I get her dressed. I like that it comes in these separate pieces, so again, you get some versatility in how you want to dress her, or how you can dress her for whatever the person wants. I am really liking this little overlay kind of chiffon piece. I love this like crescent moon looking embellishment here, and the kind of like leafy silver. And then just this plain white dress is so pretty. It's kind of got a simple overall like style and shape to it, but yet it's still like kind of like elegant and kind of like fairy tale vibes. It gives like a little mystical woodland creature. Just to look at the closures, seems like they should be pretty easy to get the dress on, as well as this piece. Might need to take the head off for this. We'll see. Okay, so thankfully for getting this dress on, I just had to take her hands off. I wasn't sure if there was like a higher up point I could take off, because then I realized, you know, with the way the elbow joint is, you definitely can't do any of that. But the little bands here, they're stretchy, so just the hands were good enough to still stretch over. I was trying to change her feet out, but the feet are really hard. The humanoid feet are hard to get on. And then with this piece, I don't know if like she's supposed to have her head, able to put her head between there and then have between here. I didn't feel like messing with that, and this just pulling it over to the sides looks cute enough for going on. I like though that just the underdress by itself is like a pretty cute little outfit, and that there are levels of dressing it up or down with being able to put the little overslip piece on, and how easy it is to get these pieces on. I did take her head off to get her little necklace on, which is just a ribbon that's glued in the back. Here. Okay, well, sadly, our first casualty of the filming. This popped off pretty easy when I was just trying to turn the dress a little. I'll probably re-glue it or and also sew it down for a little bit more security later, because it even has the little loop here. But this feels like a nice little maybe metallic piece. And while I have her out and stuff, I really like these little boots. I wanted to get her human feet on her to get these boots on, because I think I kind of like the contrast of a nice little pretty dress and some boots. But the feet were too much for what I wanted to deal with right now. Oh yeah, I don't think when I did the close-up that I kind of showed off her hair is kind of shimmery. So there's a nice little sparkle sort of sheen to it. And then we have like a little bit of a gradient where her tips get kind of gray, have from the white to the gray, and then her longer, darker gray on these pieces. I really like this hairstyle. I honestly, with this doll set, the regular deer character drew me in. So I also love this Recolor a lot. She has these fur cuffs. I'm not really crazy about that look right now and to redo the arms and hands and stuff, but you have these fur down here at the bottom, and then little hand arm cuffs. And then there's also some like ribbons for decorate. It looks like here they have them kind of woven into the horns and draping down along the sides of her. And again, talking about versatility, they have then the white shoes that are a little more, princessy or pretty to go with the whole pretty dress here. But I have to say, really, all in all, I'm really pleased with this doll. She is probably, the look of this one alone, just this character is pretty cool, I think. I love that, they gave her a whole different outfit and style, and the makeup with the eyes and the lashes is super great. And I like that, it's very different from the base deer where stylistically it's just feels like its own character, not just a recolor with the same all the same features and such. My one complaint is that with the humanoid face, I think the humanoid faces, they have potential to be, I guess part of it, they're just not really my style. They're a little bit too anime chibi-ish with the lack of detail and just having a pointed nose, especially compared to there's a bit of a sculpt to the face with the nose and the mouth here, and this is just kind of flat. The eyebrows, I kind of wish they kept the same style for the eyebrows, where the regular animal kind of style default is these big round ones, and these are just kind of sad looking. So I don't know if I'll really be using the human face that much, because this just, to me, is so much cuter. These dolls feel like really good quality to me. I obviously have, this is just out of the box, so I don't know if there'll be issues with longer term use or anything like that, but just with her alone and moving her around here and now, it feels like there's some really good potential for how to pose them and that they'll stay. Oh, trying to get in her a little bit of a lounge pose. Lounging. Okay. Ugh. Not always great with this. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I don't know if if anything's prone to break, but it feels pretty sturdy as of right now. I didn't get her hand on there very good. Okay, there, I was finally able to get her into a little bit of this lounging pose. So yeah, I really, really like these. I really like her. She's probably going to be one of my more favorite dolls out of the whole ForMoon series. But that's pretty much all. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, bye.